Okay, that was an interesting night at the O2 Arena in England. Not exactly what I expected. Every fight had its kind of own unique flavor, and we got what I would call a little bit of everything in this fight card. Totally unexpected. I'm going to split it up because that way I remember who fought who and I can comment on them and whatnot. First fight, Curtis Campbell. Excellent fighter in the Paddy Pimblett mold, right? Very much grappler, not striker. And the first round, he showed a lot of tenacity. Danny Silva came out the next round and he iced him. And you know what? That's what we love to see. We like to see fights like that. We like to see the grappler have an advantage, and we like to see the striker finish it or the grappler finish it. It doesn't really matter who wins, just that the fight's is exciting. And that was a good kickoff to the main card. And to say nothing of the prelim, we'll get to that, the main event that everybody loves so much. Next fight, Christian Leroy Duncan against Roman Dolidze. Excuse me. I've got some things to say about this. Dolidze used to remind me of a very, very durable guy that was a destroyer. And I think it was his last fight against Anthony Hernandez that maybe some of that armor has been chinked. You know, he was very much doing things little fighters do against Christian Leroy Duncan. He was diving for leg bars and wrist, ankle locks and stuff like that from standing. And he never made a very impressive show of it. He'd even get to the point where he could have launched that submission. And he was turning his back quite a bit, which one thing about fighting that you learn very early on, it's one of the reasons I don't like the non-contact, but if you take your eyes off your opponent, you get hit and you don't get to prepare for it. At least if you have your eyes on your opponent, no matter what, your body has that split second to prepare for it. And Dolidze kept turning around and doing weird things, and then he kept repeating that spin attack. I don't know what to say. I think we may have seen the best of Dolidze go by because he's kind of slow, right? He's kind of methodical. But when you lose your durability, when you're a slow, methodical fighter, I think you've lost a big part of your game. So it's sad to see that. A good win for Duncan, and there you go. The Polish fighter against Austin Lane. I'm going to make it very simple because the fight was short. I'm going to make my commentary short. Guys, you may have been the toughest guy on the football team. I remember Joe Phillips. I think he was a guard maybe he was a nose guard for San Diego. Toughest guy on the team by all accounts. Oh, this is the toughest guy, right? You're talking the San Diego Chargers. Went down in Mission Beach, was with a hot girl, the wife of some other Charger, and a bunch of Mission Beach tough guys beat the living crap out of him, which is a long way of saying football players, especially in this country because it's such a popular sport, get protected by their status for a while, especially when you're talking about street fighting or MMA fighting. And I love the crossovers. I don't want anybody to stop. I think it's great. Everybody should test themselves. But the skills you learn in fighting throughout your career are very important. You may be very tough, you may be very strong, and you may be very athletically talented. Proof of that is you're a pro football player. But the reality is we're not playing football now, and there it goes. Yeah, like and follow for more on the fight.